Hello dear children, welcome back to the social science revision of the chapter If It Finishes. Yes, this is a very simple chapter because it is about our daily life experience. It is discussing about one of the very inevitable problem we are facing today. Suppose you are going out one day. Even in this restricted time, we can see large number of vehicles on the road, right? And what are the problems because of that? Yes, it leads to noise pollution and also air pollution. And the smoke coming out from the vehicle, it is very poisonous. It will lead to different diseases, especially which organ it will affect? Yes, lungs. And because of this loud noise from the horns, it will affect the hearing system and also the sound sleep of the people, and also it will affect the small babies, especially small babies will be affecting because of this loud noise of these horns. Other than this, is there any other problem, children? Yes, we have to think of the fuel. We are getting energy from the food, right? Like that, the same way, the vehicles are getting energy from the fuel. The major number of vehicles, they are using which fuel? Yes, it is petroleum. And from this petroleum, we obtain petrol, diesel, kerosene, LPG, then grease, coal tar, wax, all these we are getting from this petroleum. And this petroleum is very precious. That is why it is also called as liquid gold. And even that aeroplane, helicopter, aeroplane, aviation oil, that is a highly purified form of this petroleum, or we can also call it as crude oil. See, nowadays you are reading in the newspapers about this, yes, prices of this petroleum products are increasing. Why it is? One reason is that it is not easily regainable. It takes millions of years to produce petroleum. But when the number of vehicles are increasing, the demand for that or the use is increasing so much. But it is not producing that much. It is not easy to produce petroleum within a short period of time. It will take millions of years. So this is the major problem we are facing. So that is why the heading says like that, if it finishes. If we are not careful in the use of petroleum, in the future we may face the problem of the finishing of petroleum. So can you think of a day without this petroleum products? Never. So it is our duty to save the petrol. Not only petrol, all the petroleum products we have to save. So one thing we can do, that is when we are in the signal. Okay, suppose your vehicle is waiting in the signal, we can off the engine. So that is one way of saving. And also we can use public transport. See, if for example bus, train, metro, all these carry more number of passengers. But if we are using our private vehicles, what will happen? Yes, with this petrol, only very limited number of people can travel. So public vehicle, use of public vehicle, and also use of cycle. More use of cycle will be also helpful. It is good for our health, and also we can save fuel. Okay, so these are the different methods we can use to save petrol for the future generation. And if we take the data or the information which is getting from the different sources, the use of petroleum is increasing nowadays in alarming rate. For example, in long days back, for cooking, that people were using stick. What stick? That is firewood. So there were chula. Chula means we are using that for cooking. What is the fuel there? Firewood is the fuel. Is it? And also we can see another thing, that is cow dung cake. Uppla. Uppla is also in North India, especially in our place also it was there. So people were using uppla, that is cow dung, dried cow dung cakes. That is also we call like that. So that people using for cooking and also for warm, to get heat. So but now we can see that number of people using those fuel like this firewood or this uppla is coming down. Percentage is coming down, and the people those who are using petroleum product it is increasing. Okay, nowadays we cannot see any house without an LPG cylinder, is it? So other than this petroleum, what are the other fuels used for the vehicles? Yes, there are vehicles run on battery. And that is a very important thing we are using today. For instead of electricity we are getting from this hydropower, we are using solar energy, right? In the same way, solar energy is also using for the vehicles. So there are vehicles run on solar energy, then battery, and also we have another one more type of gas, which is that, yes, that is natural gas. Natural gas is also using compressed natural gas, that is CNG. Okay, so CNG, then also we have electricity, we are using electric trains are there. So these are the different fuels we are using for some other vehicles. So whichever be the fuel, we have to save it for the future generation. Okay, next we are going to discuss about the chapter A Shelter So High. So which is the highest area of India? Which state is there? Yes, we had Jammu Kashmir. So but now it is divided into Jammu, not now, in the year 2019 it is Jammu and Ladakh. Okay, so now our trip is from Kerala to Ladakh. So which are the states we have to pass through? Yes, from Kerala to Karnataka, then Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, then Rajasthan, then to Punjab, then from Punjab to Haryana, Haryana to Himachal Pradesh, and from Himachal Pradesh to Ladakh. Okay, now all of you got the route. Yes, so here in this chapter, a person Gaurav is passing through all these states to reach to Ladakh, and he is telling that from his experience, there are difference in the types of houses in different area. So here he is explaining about the type of houses in Ladakh. When he reached there, he was invited by a child there, and he reached that area. Okay, and they are using the word Jule for welcome. Jule, Jule. Okay, so one word you studied in Ladakhi language, Jule, welcome. Okay, so what are the different types? What are the different features of the house? Yes, it is thick wall. It is thick wall. It is painted with what you know, mud and lime. And also there is a ground floor for the house, and that ground floor they are using for what? To keep their animals and necessary things. And they are living in the first floor. And also they are using ground floor for a particular season. Which season? Winter season they will live there. Why? Because that room has no windows. So it will be warm during this winter season than this first floor. Okay. And another important area of their house is roof. It is very important because they are using this roof for drying different things. For fruits, and also they dry the cereals. Okay. And also chili. So different things they are drying, and this roof is very important for them. Okay, children, and the people also engaged in one of the major activity or their earning. It is from what you know? Yes, by the special type of shawl they are weaving. That is, they are using Pashmina wool. Pashmina wool. So the people of that area, they are keeping sheep, and for this sheep they are living in a very cold region because that climate is good for the sheep. Then only they will get very fine type of wool. So for that they have to bear the harsh climate, and they will live along with this sheep. Okay, and what is the name of the wool? Pashmina wool, and it is mainly woven. It is mainly hand woven. Okay, so it is not machines, but it is hand woven. And it takes too much number of days for weaving one shawl. So that is why it is very costly also, but that is a very good income for them. So the wealth of this people of that area is according to the number of sheep they are herding. Okay, so that is a very important part for their life. They are getting their food from the sheep and also income from the sheep. Okay, children, so that is about this chapter. So read the chapter, and also if you have any other doubts, please call me and clear your doubts. Okay.